Hey folks, Dave the Not So Evil Viking 13 here, and welcome back to my Fallout 4 Let's Build project here at Sunshine Tidings Co-op, which I am turning into my MINUTEMEN boot camp, where all of the new soldiers that I'm hiring and gathering up to help protect the Commonwealth get their training. Today, we're going to be working on the structure that you guys voted on in the last episode. And no, it's not that one. That one's some offline work that I'm working on for the camp. It's actually going to go right here. You guys voted, and we're going to add a medical facility, a clinic, to the boot camp. I mean, it makes sense. New recruits are going to get injured, and we do want as many medical facilities as possible along the Commonwealth. It's a dangerous world out there for sure. Before we dive into the build though, as I go into workshop mode here, let's talk just for a moment about the sponsor for this video, which is actually Loot Crate. Now you guys know from watching these builds that I do love my loot. From all of my unique weapons in Fallout that I have lovingly collected and displayed in some of my builds, to the ridiculous amounts of crafting supplies that I'm constantly looting across the Commonwealth to make these builds. And if you've been around my channel for a while, my love of loot will be well known to you. You guys remember from the CSG podcast, back in my days of Stalker Shadow of Chernobyl, I once spent about 3 hours filling enemy corpses, their ragdolls, full of loot because the ragdolls had no weight limit, and then physically dragging those ragdolled dead body corpses back across the map where I could sell off the loot. So yeah, I love loot. And the cool thing about Loot Crate is with a monthly subscription, you guys get a nice supply of goodies delivered right to your door. If you use my Evil Viking 13 coupon, you also get 10% off of your order. That of course helps to support my channel, but you guys still get the awesome loot at the end of the month. Now, back to our build here. What I'm doing right now is just laying out an interesting footprint for the building. I do want the concrete with the wood floors on top though. Let's hop up here. Get that there. That's looking to be pretty good sized. Where is that wanting to snap? Right there? I'm gonna lower it down and put it in like this. That works out pretty naturally. I'll just turn off snapping here for a second, because I want to put this piece like this to make the front ramp into our medical facility. Snapping back on now. Actually, I'm thinking I'm going to center the entrance. So let me go back to, I believe it's structures, miscellaneous. That's going to be our front door right there. I need something else to snap it to though. That'll do as a placeholder. Wow, I'm getting very low on wood, guys. I'm going to have to fix that. There's a door. Guess it's about time to go buy some more supplies. Aha! These are the windows I was looking for. I'm using this kind of rough brick and wood texture because I think it fits in well. It looks like something that you would be able to actually rebuild, but it still gives the buildings a unique look to them. And one more wall like that to wrap things up. Yeah, this is going to be a good-sized clinic, guys. I'm liking that centered doorway. That was a good idea, I think. Now with a actually good-sized footprint for the building, I think we can also make use of these large roof pieces like this. I believe they're designed to snap with barn roofs. Let's see. Yeah. Nice, look at that. I'm going to put a big broken piece like this because I want to patch it manually. I do have just a little bit of the bush poking through. That's okay. It can be some weeds growing. That won't be too distracting, I don't think. Now then, for our doorways. Make this our surgery section back here. I'm going to keep using all these barn pieces as filler. That's working very, very well. So, waiting area. Right here and here. Maybe doctor's rooms back here. Not doctor's rooms, exam rooms. That's what I'm looking for. Then a surgery center of some kind right on this side. That should do it. I think, yep, I can use those to just cap everything off. Very cool. Do a big old wall like this. Then those caps. Oh, that one's actually going to poke through. I'll do that one like that, and then we'll do... There we go. I'm sure I've got some cool looking signs that would work pretty well as the medical facility. Next thing though is going to be some electricity. We've got over 103 power total. So I'll just put some conduits right into the main system. With that connected, I'm just going to glitch it right through the wall. Looks good. How should I do the exam rooms? Maybe just some traditional wooden walls. Some of the half-size ones, perhaps. Kind of like those stalls that I made for the outhouse at the slog last time. Hey, yeah, this could work. Maybe just a couple of exam rooms back there. What kind of doorway would work well for the exam rooms? Maybe a simple frame? Got lots of windows here. No real frames that I'm looking for. I did see snap and build stuff right there, and I'm thinking that some pillars out front would be very neat looking for a medical facility. I'm gonna put a concrete wall here, cinder block specifically. That's gonna mark off the surgery center in this back room right here. Let's get some light in here. Got plenty of copper at least. There we are. Now I can see what I'm doing. Still trying to figure out what kind of doorways I could use for the exam rooms too. Let's actually look under Snap and Build and see what we've got to work with. Snap and Build, real estate, doorways and doors. A lot of this is going to be some very fancy architecture stuff. Yeah, that's not going to fit well. I think the boxcar sliding doors, that would be too big. Yeah, way too big. But what other doorways do we have? Looking at these big warehouse doors, they might work for some small exam rooms. If I stagger them, and I'll show you guys how. Clip one like this. Put the wall right up like that. Is that back against the back? Yes, it is. So do one like that. And then do one with the other door edge just like that. Can even sink it back here a little bit. Just for some very small exam rooms. I think that works. Now, of course, they're going to need some lights of their own. Maybe some wall lights of some kind. Not the hanging lanterns, but how bright is this one? Not very bright at all, okay? Yeah. Subway light. I'm gonna waste all my copper trying these out. How would a track light look? That definitely works too. I think the subway light looks more medical though. Less like a display case. Now these, though. These might be perfect. There we go. That's that cold medical light I was looking for. And I think instead of full doorways, we're going to put some curtains up for the exam rooms. While I'm under lights, though, get a big old floor lamp for the reception area. Gotta watch that frame rate, we're getting hit pretty hard here. I think some couches for the waiting room would be appropriate. Do this kind of black style couch. Although, man, how much wood did I just waste? A little bit. I'm thinking it over, guys, and that's not a very military looking waiting room. It's more of a civilian waiting room. Metal chairs. That's more like it. We'll go with some of these red chairs. No, no, no. The white chairs. Perfect. Gonna put someone's reception desk right there. I think that would be under containers. There we go, nice big steel desk. I think I might actually put one of these small containers here too. These cabinets. Ooh, no, that walkway gets hit really hard if I do that. I'll put one here instead. Man, that one bush is really big. I'm going to put a planter here and a planter here, but not right now because that's in a very cluttered category. I will look at paintings though. We're going to use a modern painting, as we rarely do. I think it just fits the hospital theme. That's looking good. Let's do a quick save. Before I add some beds and stuff to the clinic, work on our surgery room, I want to look at decorative pillars next, actually. Looks more like a medical shack right now, but I think the Minutemen could loot something nice for the outside. Posts and columns. Got some wooden ones, also some wooden posts. That would be pretty salvageable. Not too bad. This one's concrete. That one's stone. Yeah, this one right here. Let's turn off snapping. I'm just going to add a couple of these pillars. They might need to be resized. Let's do one, and then let's give it, yeah, 10%. Just enough decoration to make it look really nice. That's going to have to be just like this to match the other one. $110%. And then tuck it in like that. Let's move the electric over just a bit. And finally, one more decorative pillar. Cool. That makes it look just a little more established. See, that watchtower is good to go. I do have more room down here. I really could have moved this over a little bit. Got rid of those bushes, but didn't want to pack this corner right here too tight. This whole compound is already pretty crowded. I do have some balcony pieces here. That's interesting. It's a filled wooden balcony with corner posts too. Whoa. Stop spinning. That one's huge. Wrought iron. I'll leave it with just the pier bridge piece for now. That's decorative enough. Now for the exam room furniture. Well, I guess we can do beds first. Couple of recovery beds. Gonna want to put some curtains in here too. Whew. That is some tight space in here. Let's do them like this instead. Then I can do a bedside table. I'll do a nicer one. And I'll put a plant on that too. This is going to be our surgery center. Oh, I know what I'm gonna forget if I don't do it now. I've got to seal in the holes that I added. To avoid using too many of the same pieces, I'll use some of the broken ones and then seal them up manually with stuff like, let's see, snapping off, stuff like this. Not that barricade, it's too big. Like this plywood here. Just rotate that on the x-axis, it looks like. Shift it over. Now for a... ooh, here we go. Doorway cap. That's helpful. I can just put a big piece like that. And I'll use 2 of these, I think, to fill that hole in the ceiling. Actually, that's the bigger hole. Things I do, guys, to make things not look repetitive. Manually destroying and repairing roofs. This is a disturbing amount of detail here. Let's take this piece and just rotate it like that. Second thought, let's scrap that because it's not doing what I want it to. Okay, that's scrapped now. I'll just do this piece of plywood like this instead. There you have it, the mostly sealed up surgical center. Now for these monstrosities. Let me get on the desk. These actually aren't going to work, guys, because they've got a very odd snapping center to them. Instead, just for simplicity's sake, I'm going to go to wooden floors. Let's get a big piece of plywood like this and just seal the whole thing up as one gigantic piece. Nice. That looks sufficiently ragged from the outside, that's for sure. Got our fancy pillars, or I guess slightly fancy pillars. Let's lay out the surgical room next. Then I'll do the exam rooms. What do we have for... I bet under homemaker. Under countertops, possibly? Let's see. Structures. Large wood floors. We got some roofs here. Well, that would have been a good one too. Nothing like wasting resources on doing something twice, but I think I do like how that looks once it stops floating. Just gotta fix the angle up a bit there. Gonna have that protrude just a bit. There we go. Now we're talking. Speaking of talking, what was I talking about finding? Oh, I was talking about finding countertops. Okay. Furniture shelves, possibly? Post-war now. Miscellaneous. Post-war fireplace. Surfaces. There we go. Counters and cabinets. Yep, there's the kind of medical style cabinets I was looking for. Got some shop counters here. I think before I place the counters though, I want to see under the traditional non-modded furniture what my table's going to look like. There should be a metal table that I always use as my surgery table basically. There you are. Oh, that is modded. Go figure. That'll be right here. Now that I know where to look, I can go back to counters. We'll get... Where is it? I want the one with the sink. There we go. Turn snapping off. One counter. I think I can fit a second. Ooh, these are kind of white colored. Looks very medical. Could have found those at nearby installation and torn them out. There's lots of military bases on this leftmost side of the map, I think. Western side? Yeah. The left should be west. If Sanctuary is north on the map. That is a crowded operating room, but that sounds about par for the course. It's beginning to be a very crowded boot camp. And that leaves the light. Although I just saw, under miscellaneous, the lectern, which I need for my classroom. So let me pop that down here before I forget it's there. That should do it. Terrarium, interesting. And I think, guys, I already know exactly what light I want for the operating table. How is that going to look? Well, it doesn't light up at all. So there's that. But at least it looks cool. That's kind of what I was going for. And it can be swung more out of the way. Ooh, let's go back. Nope, don't store doorway. Let's go back to the homemaker furniture just for a second, because the containers, supplies, oh, under fixtures, what do we have here? The shower head could be useful. I'm gonna put that back in this corner. That. A sink. There we are. Does kind of seem silly with one right here, but there's no faucet, so that works out. I'm gonna actually store this cabinet, and I want a filing cabinet there instead. I think we can possibly fit two. It's a tight fit, but it fits. Because I was going to put a filing cabinet back here where the sink is, but I think the sink makes more sense. That wasn't the cabinet that I was looking for, though. Shelves, miscellaneous, no. I've already lost it, guys. Surfaces, there we go. Counters and cabinets. I'm gonna put one of these overhead cabinets here, too. Okay, that's looking good. Let's go on to decorations for just a minute. Put down some floor coverings. A rough rug in here might make the bush stand out even more. Yeah, it does. I'll put it here instead. The main thing, though, is we're going to have a lot of mats. Put this one like, let's see, this. And then I think a nice rug for the recovery room. Some rocket ships. And here's the rest of our rubberized floor mats. Put a four-way down right here. Then a single one for the sink. That's gonna need to be shrunken down just one step. And I'll place a couple in the hallway here. Oh. There we are. Had to move the floor so I could grab it again. Want it just barely on top of the other one. And you know what? While we're in those counters, least again, while I remember where they actually are. Surfaces, counters and cabinets. I bet these countertops would work really, really well for the exam rooms. Then we can put a chair in one and a stool in the other. It's a very doctor chair right there. On the wheels. And then a stool for the smaller room. And I know exactly what kind of painting I'm gonna put in the exam rooms. Let's do a quick save, just to be safe. I'm gonna go for Happy Kitty for the exam room. And Happy Kitties. Hope you like cats if you're not feeling well in General Dave's Minutemen. I think... Oh yeah, miscellaneous props. Don't want to do those just yet. Although, okay. While I'm thinking about it, I'll add some trash to make the place feel lived in. It's a bigger pile of trash like that. Decorations. Oh yeah, we have greebles too. Oh yeah, that is a dangerous category. Let's stay focused. Let's stay focused. I've completely forgotten what I was doing. Oh, paintings. Traditional paintings. There we go. This is a good one for the recovery room. Just some pleasant flowers. I'm going to tilt that just the tiniest amount, so it's noticeable. There we go. Alright guys, again, I'm not going to put flooring here because it'll make that bush coming up through the cracks even more distracting. But I think it's time for final decorations. So it's going to be some signs and some props. I'm going to go ahead and micro detail this. Oh wait, first up, we do have one piece of porch here that needs a support underneath of it. I'll just put a few columns like that. Nice. So yeah, doors, props, and signs are our final stages. No, do not store that power pole. There's like 10 things connected to it. I'm going to go under homemaker decorations, miscellaneous, interior. Oh hey, the plants are here. That's nice. Homemaker potted plants. We got a few of them here. A comforting sight, some dead plants in the waiting room. What I was actually looking for, though, was it under exterior directions? Decorations. Whew, I'm worn out, guys. I'm losing it. This is not what I was looking for, but an air conditioning unit might be a good idea. Oh, and this section of wall also needs to be sealed up. Wow, I really can't remember what I came here for in this decorations category. Might as well keep going and see what we have in here. Lots of small props, nothing too necessary right now. Oh, okay, I do remember. It's all coming back. We're looking for curtains. Big old clock. That might be useful in a couple of places. Now this big homemaker curtain, this might be the perfect size. Yeah, we're in here in the recovery room. Put some big old privacy curtains and we'll shrink them down. Do 2 units. Looks pretty awesome from the outside. But I want smaller curtains for the waiting room. Some paperwork right there. Acoustic panel. Really no room for that in here. Got a bell. Here we go. I was wondering what I could decorate the waiting room with. I'm gonna put a notice board in here. Medical canister of some kind. Does that stand out too much? I think it's okay. Here's our curtain though. 1, 2, 3 shrinks of the curtain. I absolutely love that resizing tool. To think I did the castle and Pleasure Island all manually for stuff that had to be resized. Not a great amount of privacy. But it's the apocalypse. Be glad you have an actual medical facility. There's that power pole again. Oxygen tank. Something useful for the recovery room. A radiator too. I'll put that Back here can help keep the whole building warm. Oh man, this shower curtain looks more medical. Sorry guys, I'm gonna swap it. Same thing. Place it. Place it. 1, 2, 3. On second thought, now that I have the chance to redo it, I'm just gonna use 2 steps on the old shrink meter here. That one goes on this side. Broken mirror. Nice, look at that fit. And some towels. That's all looking quite good, guys. Next up, I'm gonna go back, seal up the top of that surgical room with the interior wall before I completely forget about it again. There's a piece I'm looking for. Can't quite seal it all the way up, but I can get very close, I bet, with a slight resize. Oop. No object snapping, please. That ought to do it. Decorations are looking good, not too crazy. Definitely still need one plant, maybe just some flowers for the table in here. Ooh, I know one effect I can do that I have not done, I think, possibly since Pleasure Island. Let's go back to decorations, floor coverings, and then the rug. We're going to place it like this. And we're going to resize it way on down. Now we have a nice centerpiece for some flowers. I think it's okay. We can dive in and into that miscellaneous category, but I'm trailing off here because I just noticed, is this a Minutemen facility, guys, without the official Minutemen statue? Is that allowed? Of course that's not allowed. I'm gonna place the base there. Let's go back. Statues. And there he is. I'll come back and position this more carefully later, but I'll just plop it right there so I don't forget about him. I can't believe I almost forgot the Minutemen statue. Now then, for the decorations miscellaneous category. Once again, this should have our flowers in there. An ashtray, if there's any room for it. Which there is. Swap it for the plant. An ironic twist for a medical facility. Got the little American flag there. Plenty of those already, though. IV stand blood pack. Put that there. Again, it's a crowded surgical center, but it does the trick. Get a whole bin of medical supplies here, and that'll do it for all of our medical props all in one, basically. We'll make this a very clean surgical room. Here's some plants. I'll go with a nice white flower pot. Whew, frame droppage there on that spin. Let's toggle through here, get our last couple of decorative items. Radio freedom for the waiting room. Clipboard and folders. That's awesome looking. Lots and lots of detail on that texture. Very cool. Let's go to OC Decorator because I want to wind down the props for this building. We're running low on time and I don't want to wreck my FPS completely on this one site. Under chems and meds, I'm going to put some of this compound that I stole from the Brotherhood in this sealed off container here. That looks pretty cool. And I think we just need maybe a typewriter of some kind for the desk, and then we're all set. And there we have it, typewriter. And you know, I really could make this a full-on medical facility if I placed a real medical store here. What do we have under not workbenches, but stores? Clinic, surgery center. Oh, I need to go under, I think, SKE. Vendors. Clinic. There we go. Because I want just the rug, basically. Produces income based on the total population. I'll put that back here. Now these will actually earn me caps, which is a big part of how I afford more settlement building supplies, is I put lots of stores in all of my settlements. And I've got quite a few now, as you guys know. Okay, things remaining. We gotta patch up that ceiling right there, and then some signs and a few more decorations and doors. Let's go to metal and then roofs. Just gonna put a piece of solid metal over it. I'll shrink it down a tiny bit. Let's say 2 stops. Nope. That is the wrong piece. There we are. Let's see how that looks from the outside. Looks like our settler can't quite figure out how to come in. Not too surprising. Hopefully it'll just be there next time I'm here. Well, that's some detail that even I'm probably going to forget about. But now the roof is totally patched up there. Alright, let's do that doorway. We need one good front door. Might do a red door. Nice big red wooden front door. There we are. That clips terribly. Can I rotate that around? Yeah, I can. Awkward, but again, this is a small building. What are you gonna do? What I can do is possibly use some of my modded door options to make better use of my space in here. So let's go to Homemaker. Put a couple of these sliding closet doors in where I can. That works surprisingly well. Except for it needs to be the other way around, but I can work with that. Yeah, let's make it open that way. Oh, that won't do. I think I have a option that actually slides into the wall. Let's try that one. Is it in here? Thought it was. Yeah, there we go. Sliding door. Let's see, this one works okay. That works okay too. And I'll add the same for this doorway right here. I'm now trapped inside with no easy way to actually go through my objects. Let me just move the wall so I can click out here. There we go. All the way to the end, sliding door. That should do it. That looks good. Well, I broke the air conditioner. Let me just hide that. This pillar also needs to go a little bit this way. Okay. Let's swap you with the sliding door as well. Yeah, it clips through stuff a little bit, but don't think it's going to get much better than that. We're just dealing with very, very cramped quarters here, guys. But that's almost complete.
Not many doctors around these days.
Eh,
Let me take a look at you.
One up front is bothering me a lot. Let's just redo that one with the one that opens. Oh, shop, what are you doing? Yeah, let's replace this one up front with the one that opens in. I think opening it into the recovery room itself would work okay. Just put it like that. There we are. Clips right into the bed. We're so close, guys. I'm very glad that I chose the small bed, because we can make that work. Woo, cramped, cramped, cramped. Can also make this not quite open all the way. I'll snap this back into place. Let's just shift that. Well, if I could click on the actual object. There we go. I'll just move that with the console, so I can not wait for the workshop to open and close. There we go.
If you need fixing up, let's get a look at you.
Again, not perfect. But about as good as the doors are gonna get in here. So we've got our office props, we've got our lobby props. Yeah, guys, all that's left here is to put a sign out front. I think I'll put a spotlight on it if it's just a medical sign or something like that. No, don't store in the workshop. Let me look under SKE first, decorations. That's our graffiti. Sunshine Tidings. Pleasure Island awaits. I think most of this is going to be graffiti under small posters, but let me just make sure. I guess we could put a couple of our posters up here on the bulletin board as a reminder. Guns are fun. I'll shrink that one down, and this one too. Oh man. Oh, nice. We got some special posters, along with a reminder that he has a sneaky snake. Beware of STDs. Endurance, charisma, perception, strength, intelligence. Better call Saul. Okay. Not the signs I was looking for. I think I have an actual neon sign elsewhere. Let me look real quick. Might be under electricity. Yeah. Neon sign open. Need to lower that down just a bit, or no, raise it up actually. This really is more of a hospital than a clinic, guys. So let's go ahead and put an H down for hospital. I'm gonna scoot this thing way up into the top window pane, like so. Well, that stacked by accident. I may have misjudged my spacing here. By just a little bit. That will fit though. I can just scoot that over, and then this really has become much more than just a clinic. I think hospital is an appropriate descriptive term. Just to make it so that these don't line up quite so much. That is a full-service MINUTEMEN hospital facility. Okay guys, one very final thing to look at. We've got some medicinal signs that I think are under my vanilla sign categories. Wall decorations, posters. Those are actually official DLC posters. But I want to put some of those medical signs up too, I think. You're good to go. That's an appropriate poster for this side of a hospital. Got a few wall decorations under miscellaneous. But this is the big one, guys. The signs category. Mine is, well, it's massive. Mainly because this thing has everything under the sun inside of it. I'm gonna have plenty of Minutemen propaganda around the settlement, so I don't think we really need lots of Minutemen specific propaganda. A reminder, have you taken your medication today inside of the window? That's awesome. I like that. Let's see if I can get this bunting to actually fit. It needs to be shrunken down a few units there. There we go, that actually fits though. And we've got a big old hospital sign right there. I'm not even sure where that comes from, but I haven't gotten a chance to use it yet. So there you have it. There's one more I'm looking for. It's like a medical sign that's leaning off to the side, but I think it's all the way at the end of the category. That might not be worth it. Physician and surgeon. This works though. I kind of want to put this, if I can grab onto it, which I can't. I wanted to put that over here. There you have it, guys. That's plenty of signs. Most definitely time to call it quits. So there is our Minutemen hospital for the boot camp. This really turned into a full service facility. Go into the free cam and see how it looks from above. You guys can see a look at the camp here. This is looking like quite the industrial complex these days. I think one more giant guard tower, and then some detailing in the cabins, and this build is going to be well on its way to completion. There's our patched rooftops there. Very, very cool. Even better than what I was thinking it was going to be, actually. Well, I hope you guys have enjoyed today's building. Yes, that was over an hour for just one structure, but it is totally detailed. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.